Hi there, how's it going? So today is day number 2 of visiting Petra. Yesterday I hiked from here, which is not the exact entrance, but about a half a kilometer up is where you actually show your ticket and come in. You then walk down to here and then continue walking unless you take one of those carriages or a horse or a donkey or whatever. And so I hiked from there all the way to the monastery, which is a very long hike. You start off going through these canyons and you will pass various incredible sights along the way, and then it is a uphill hike to the monastery. And so I thought in this video then I would give some tips about visiting Petra, some essential things you will want to know. So when it comes to doing the hike to the monastery, then my number 1 tip would be to just do the hike directly and don't get sidetracked by, for one thing, the various guides trying to take you to different points to get viewpoints and stuff like that, because the hike to the monastery is very intense. That totally wore me out for the day yesterday, just doing that straight. So if you want to see the monastery, which you do want to see, it is amazing, then just do it straight. See the sights along the way, but don't do the various side hikes. And so here you get some of the evidence of the ancient civilization that lived here. This is a water channel here for diverting water into the city. Petra is an ancient city. And so in this video, then I will be doing some of those side hikes because I did the hike to the monastery yesterday. And so the second tip, and really the most important, is to make sure to get your Jordan Pass. The Jordan Pass is a comprehensive ticket that covers various things, including your visa fee for entering Jordan, as well as Petra and many of the historical sites around here. And so you want to get that before you actually come to Jordan. You can purchase it online. Just search online for Jordan Pass, you buy it, and then you can print it out, and then you are prepared for seeing most of the things that you will see. Not every site, but a lot of them, and it will save you a lot of money. No thanks. I love to walk.
How about you go to the monastery later?
I went to the monastery yesterday.
The high place of sacrifice.
I'm not sure yet.
The artist is working high place where you can see the treasure under you.
We'll see about that. Thank you.
Why not?
Okay, why not? Okay. So tip number 3 is be prepared for very pushy tour guides who are going to be just accosting you left and right, trying to either offer you a ride in a carriage or on a donkey or a horse or a camel to various points along the main route here, or offering to take you up to various special spots. One of them, apparently, you can only see with a tour guide, the viewpoint where you can look down at the National Treasury from above. That's what the guy said, that you can't go by yourself. The other ones, which is what I'm planning to do today, are hikes that you can do on your own. You don't need a guide. However, the guides will be offering their services if you want explanation and more of a tour. Here you can see the water channel continuing on both sides through these amazing, beautiful and surreal canyons eroded by the rain, I guess, and wind and time. And then next, as far as tips, then I'll talk about what you want to bring. Definitely bring a hat. One of the most essential things. The sun is intense. Now I am here in the middle of winter. It is January 21st, and so it is chilly. Right now it's a little bit chilly because I'm down in the canyon and there's a little bit of a haze. Yesterday was more sunny and so it was warmer. So even in the middle of winter, then it will be warm during the day. I've got a t-shirt and sandals, sturdy sandals with no socks, and I'm kind of the perfect temperature while walking along here. However, in the summer, anytime outside of the cool season, it is going to be blazing hot. You want a hat, you want your sunglasses, you want sunscreen, you want lots of water. However, you can purchase lots of things inside the site here. There are restaurants, there are little stores where you can buy juice and water and whatnot. There are restrooms, and so bring some basic things, some water, some snacks if you like, if you don't want to pay the prices here, but you don't want to bring too much and have a overloaded backpack. And so depending on conditions, then bring extra layers in case maybe it gets cloudy and cools down. Then I have a pair of socks in here, I have a long shirt, I have a rain jacket, You never know, it could rain. Just be prepared for the conditions depending on when you are here. And up ahead, the treasury. Incredible.
Guys, would you like to have a donkey?
No thanks.
If you have time, go up there. You see the view?
I think about it when I come back. Now I'm hiking this way.
But I mean the best time to go from here.
I'm okay now, thanks. Believed to be constructed around the 1st century BC, more than 2,000 years old. Up there you can see stairs going up. That is one of the hikes that you can do that will give you a view looking down at the treasury here from up above. That is the hike that I guess you need a guide. Even though you hike it, they don't let you go on your own. So I guess it would be from up there maybe that you're looking down. And here's one of the many caves around the site, obviously used by the people to live in, to cook in, to store their donkeys. Hello! Absolutely mind-blowing to consider the civilization that existed here for many hundreds or even thousands of years, and the people living in these caverns carved out, which I'm sure looked a lot different when they were actually lived in. There might have been nice carpeting, paintings, or some sort of artwork on the walls. Obviously furniture, beds and tables and candles, maybe musical instruments, perhaps incense. It smells pretty bad in here right now. It could use some incense. And so the civilization here basically started to get sophisticated around the time of Christ. So as I mentioned, then the treasury there was built around the 1st century BC. And so that is around the time that many of these sites were created, or shortly thereafter in the few hundred years afterwards. And then the civilization existed up until around the 8th century. And so that is when this city of Petra was abandoned. Check out this massive room here. Absolutely huge. And so I'm now going to continue hiking down this way and get down to one of the trails that goes off and get up to where you get some nice views looking out over Petra. And this is where I will be going a different direction from where I went yesterday. First, I will be doing a hike up this canyon over here. And before I do that hike, I think I'll stop for some fresh juice. And I have here a delicious pomegranate juice.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. What's your name?
Ali.
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 Yes.
Cool.
From Bedouins.
You're a Bedouin.
Yeah, I live here.
I see. Inside Petra.
My cave is inside the shop.
Ah, this is your home also.
Yeah, I got cave inside the shop.
Very cool.
Yeah. If you want to sleep one night here, welcome.
I see.
If you got time to sleep one night, welcome.
Well, tomorrow I go on the tour to Wadi Rum.
Why go to Wadi Arba?
Wadi Rum and then Aqaba.
There is a way from here, from Petra, to go to Dead Sea and to go to Wadi Arba deserts. It's a very good way.
Yeah, we already have our plans set for tomorrow. So
This is named Ali also.
I see. Ali and Ali.
Ali, he's
Ali.
He's tour guide.
Cool. And so when you come to Petra, be prepared to hike. It is a very spread out site, stretching for miles in all directions. The monastery that I hiked to yesterday is around that corner, and then a couple of miles further that way. Check out the carved out doorways into the caves there. Residences, I guess. Ancient apartment buildings. But if you don't like to hike or can't hike or only want to hike part way, then you can get a ride with one of the various animals here. I know that there is a ethical question about the donkeys and the horses here, that they might be overworked, and they probably are. But just so you know, it is an option to get a ride to many of the sites around Petra here. But personally, I prefer to skip the guides and the complications, and they always, you know, want more of a tip and then have this other special thing they want to take you on and charge you more and blah blah blah. I just like to get going and hike, and fortunately nobody else on this trail right now. Look at that massive rock. You can be sure during another time of the year, when it is not middle of winter and low season, it will be a lot more crowded around here. Hello there. And so the donkeys obviously do come up even the steepest parts here. And so there's a trail going off that way. Hello. High place?
Yes.
Thank you. The high place of sacrifice is up here.
Yeah.
Yep. Wadi Farasa, main trail to Qasr al-Bint. I went there yesterday. High place of sacrifice. High place of sacrifice, 200 BC to 200 AD. You are standing in one of the largest cultic areas in Petra. There are many smaller ones located amongst the mountains that surround the ancient city. These sites were likely used for a variety of religious rites, which probably included sacrifices. It is possible that this particular cultic area was in use since the time of the Edomites in the Iron Age. The Nabateans, as with many other Semitic peoples, sometimes worship their gods in open-air high places and appear to have offered sacrifices to them. The Qasr al-Bint temple down there. The monastery is back up there behind those hills. Trail going way out there. Wow. I hiked up from down there. I think it was actually back behind there.
The stairs.
Yes, I came up this way, yeah.
There is other way from here down.
To Qasr al-Bint. Yes, I will go back that way. Make a circle. And out there is the town of Wadi Musa where I'm staying. All right, going to take a little break here and then continue hiking back down to the Qasr al-Bint Temple. And so continuing on the Wadi Farasa trail here. And I thought that I would tell a little bit more of the history here. So the civilization that conceived of and built many of the monuments here was called the Nabateans. And so that was in the 1st century BC. And then the city was occupied by the Romans later. And then in 363 AD, then a massive earthquake hit around here, and much of the city was abandoned. I guess it was like partially occupied after that. In the middle of the 8th century, in 749 AD, there was another earthquake which affected a wide area, including the Roman city of Jerash that I visited before. And I guess after that, then it was truly abandoned for 1,000 years until it was discovered by Swiss explorer Johannes Burckhardt in 1812. It's amazing how some of these cliffs you can't actually quite tell if they were carved out or if it's a natural design. That one down there almost looks like it's like a facade like those other ones, but there's no, hole, no cave carved out. Maybe that is just a natural occurrence there. And then down there, then you can see what is obviously a human carved entrance to a structure. I can see the cave opening there at the base of it. And then looking out at the landscapes, you can just see caves all over the place. I'm sure some are natural. Many of them are natural and then were carved out. And then probably some of them were just carved out from the cliff. Absolutely amazing. Reminds me a lot of Cappadocia and Turkey. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Where are you from?
United States.
Welcome.
Thank you. Alaska?
Yeah. It's
I-
very cold.
I've been to Alaska. It's different. Alaska looks different.
Yeah.
Now,
It's very cold.
now in Alaska.
In the night?
Now it's so cold in Alaska. Yeah.
No, it's in the night. It's very cold.
Yes, you are right. Yeah. Yeah.
Sleeping in the cave.
Yeah. You do.
Yeah.
Where is the cave you sleep?
It's where the goat.
Ah, just down there.
There.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But you have a fire? You have a fire in the cave?
Yeah.
I'm sure. You must have fire, yes. And whiskey, all right. 2 essentials for living in the ancient city of Petra. Have your fire, have your whiskey. The Lion Fountain, 200 BC to 200 AD. This fountain is one of the remarkable features found along the Wadi al-Farasa processional route, and an example of how the Nabateans created attractive monuments out of functional amenities. Water once gushed forth from the open mouth of the huge lion you see. The carved channel above the lion's head received water from Ain Brock Spring, and the water collected in a basin there and eventually flowed to a large cistern at the foot of the mountain. So here it is. This almost looks more like an elephant. I guess it's okay. 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then maybe the head is missing and the water came down from there and then flowed out along that channel on the right. I see. So it would have been a huge head of a lion, I guess, up there. And check out these steep steps going down into the canyon there, or maybe it will go around. Love these canyons for exploring in. A cave entrance there. And then here we have a more refined entryway into another cave there. I have to wonder how much was this a natural cave that they then carved into a square, and how much was a matter of chipping out the rocks. Man, that seems like a big job. This is so incredible. Everywhere you look, in every direction, is hundreds and hundreds of caves. This was a highly dense city of just thousands and thousands of people living embedded in the cliffs, and then I'm sure outside as well. There must have been huts and various structures scattered throughout the valleys. I never realized that Petra was so extensive. There's so much to see here. There is another road going out there, and I think that that one goes quite a ways. And all along it, different caves and facades of the buildings there. Just truly mind-blowing. It would be so incredible to be able to walk through this place when it was at the height of the civilization, see just thousands of people walking around these paths, fires burning and music playing and processions of animals, crops in the valleys here.
What is name?
Gabriel. Gabriel. Your name?
Rania.
Rania, nice to meet you. This is the great temple that I showed yesterday, and the Qasr al-Bint. Qasr al-Bint, yes, yes, yes. Qasr al-Bint there. And the way to the monastery is out that way.
Yes.
Where I hiked to yesterday. I went to Monastery yesterday. Yeah. And so today I'm going to continue this way back towards where I started hiking up to the high point, and you can just barely see right there the tops of the royal tombs.
Yeah.
The royal tombs. look at the treasury. No, thank you. My legs are all finished for today.
You want a postcard?
No, thank you. And so I'm hiking back out now. I'm not going to have dinner inside Petra because there was no food being served at the restaurant there. So I'm going to make the final trek out of here, go find some food. And then I will end this video showing both my lunch slash dinner. It's about 4 in the afternoon and already getting chilly in these canyons here. And I have here a beef with tahini dish and rice, hummus, and bread. And I'm here with Patrick once again from the other videos. And tomorrow we are going to Wadi Rum together. So another adventure tomorrow in Jordan. And so that was at the Red Cave restaurant right there. The total bill was $13.50 Jordanian dinar and then a tip, so 15 dinar. That is about $20, $21 or so. There are much cheaper restaurants that are up in the town, and you can see the town of Wadi Musa is right up there, spread along that ridge there. You can easily walk from here up to the center of town. However, my hotel is up on top of the ridge, so I will catch a taxi from here, which is like 2 to 3 dinars, $3 to $4, up to my hotel. And then the actual entrance to Petra is right there, just 100 meters or so. And from there you start the walk down the hill, or you can get a donkey or horse ride down the hill, and then you get into the canyons. So that is going to conclude this video. I am exhausted. It's getting cold. These desert nights get chilly very quickly, so I'm going to get up to my room and relax. Tomorrow, another adventure. Patrick and I are doing the tour to Wadi Rum, which is another valley and supposed to be just like really incredible epic landscapes. And then from there we are going to Aqaba, which is a city on the Red Sea, also near the Israeli border. From there I will cross into Israel. So that's it for today. Stay tuned, more adventures coming from Jordan and beyond. See ya.